So, it ended in a stalemate. Manchester United vs West Ham ended in a 1-1 draw. But what did we learn from the game? In today's episode of Alex Football, we discuss 5 things we learned from the game against West Ham. We are starting right now. Before we begin, welcome to Alex Football. Alex Football is a YouTube channel that posts Manchester United related content. We talk Manchester United news, tactics, players, and many more. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on the bell notification icon to get notified whenever I release a new video. Let's begin. Number 1. There was no need to panic. After the 1-1 draw against West Ham, I was on Twitter reading people's comments and reaction. One of the major things that I noticed in the reaction of people was there was a lot of panic, a lot of sadness in the reaction and comments of people, which is understandable. Most Manchester United fans, even I, expected Manchester United to win the game against West Ham. It would have been better for us. Above all, it would have given us comfort. But unfortunately, we could not tie the loose end. We could not take the initiative and win that game. But there was no need to actually panic because let's say we won the game against West Ham, we would still be needing a win or a draw against Leicester City on Sunday. But unfortunately, we did not. So we go into the game against Leicester City needing a win or a draw to secure our place in the top 4. So there was no need to panic at all. Luckily for us, Liverpool did us a favor by defeating Chelsea 5-3. Liverpool won by 5 goals to 3. So currently now we sit third on the table above Chelsea and Leicester City. So we go into the game against Leicester City needing just a point or a win. So there was no need to panic. There was no need for any Manchester United fans to freak out. The only way which we can panic, or the only reason which we should panic, is if the players serve up the same lackluster performance they did against West Ham, especially their performance in the first half. Their performance in the first half was nothing to write home about. They were slow. They were less aggressive. The build-up was slow. The attack was disjointed. They could not string up a meaningful pass in the final third. They just lacked that cutting edge in the final third. Even when they started the game in the second half, they were a bit slow, but they grew into the game, which is what got the equalizer. But that is the only reason why we have to panic if they start the game slow and lethargic. But given the results we have now, where we stand on the table and what we need to qualify for the Champions League, we only need a point from the game against Leicester City on Sunday. There is no need to panic. Number 2, the boys are tired. While I was watching the game against West Ham, especially the second half performance, if there was one thing that stood out in the performance of the boys against West Ham, was that they were tired. Let's be honest. Especially the second half performance, it showed that these guys were tired and they were worn out. If you need further confirmation of their tiredness, look at the substitution of Ole. Recall Marcus Rashford started the game against Chelsea. He played the full match against Chelsea. Now he was the only one Ole actually substituted and brought in Ighalo, for which Anthony Martial had to move to the left and Ighalo had to lead the attack. But looking at the entire performance of the squad against West Ham, they were tired. Their pressing was slow. You could see that their pressing was absolutely lifeless. They were not playing with the needed tempo, the aggression of a team that was vying for the Champions League. They simply were tired, and I do not blame them. That's been the same starting 11 for the past 5 to 6 games now, and Ole simply had no other option. Some might say, but he rotated in the FA Cup game against Chelsea. Well, there was little or no rotation. It was until when we went a goal or 2 goals down that Ole had to bring out the big guns, and still it made no difference. It was only Wan-Bissaka that did not start this game, and it was later brought on in the second half. The plan from Ole, from what I saw in that game against West Ham, was to just do not lose the game and save up your energy. Save up your energy. Do not lose the game, because the boys were tired. It is definitely sure that in the game against Leicester City, on Sunday, it is the same starting 11 except for Luke Shaw. Hopefully he recovers. But these guys were definitely tired again in the game against West Ham, and it was clearly reflective in their performance. Hopefully they recover quickly and they put in the right urgency and tempo in the game against Leicester on Sunday. Number 3. Do we need to upgrade our fullbacks or gradually improve the current crop of fullbacks? From the get-go, the game plan of West Ham was simple: tighten the center area of the pitch and restrict our movements to the flanks. which worked to perfection anyway. Going through the center, it was extremely difficult for us. There were so many bodies in the center that we could not find our way through the center. We had to go through the flanks, and in the second half, some beautiful interplay between Martial and Greenwood gave us the breakthrough. But if we had quality fullbacks, West Ham would not have had that kind of game plan, because our fullbacks in this present squad are simply not good enough, to be honest. Brandon Williams on the left was decent. He was okay attacking wise. Defensively, he was bullied completely. On the other hand, Fosu-Mensah started as right back. He offered nothing significant going forward, limited defensively. Rashford was simply not connecting with Brandon Williams. Greenwood was also not connecting with Fosu-Mensah. So the flank seems to be our weakness because we do not have quality fullbacks. We do not have elite fullbacks of the likes of Mendy, Kyle Walker, Marcelo, and Carvajal, Jordi Alba. These are top-notch fullbacks. If we had fullbacks of this quality, maybe West Ham will have thought about their game plan again. But unfortunately for us, they knew we had issues at the level of our fullbacks, especially the attacking department. Our fullbacks might be okay defensively. Attacking wise, they are simply nothing to write home about. Unfortunately for us in this game, we did not have Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is our best fullback attacking wise. The combination play between him and Rashford on the left flank will have given them a decent amount of problem in that West Ham defense. But unfortunately, Luke Shaw was injured. Brandon Williams could not connect with Rashford. So our fullbacks at the moment are simply not good enough for a team that wants to challenge for the Premier League, for the Champions League next season. We need to improve on our fullbacks. So we are caught in between. Do we buy a better fullback or do we wait on the current one improves? I think Ole will probably go for the latter and wait on the current one improves, because Wan-Bissaka is showing signs that he can improve in the attacking department. Luke Shaw is okay attacking wise and defensive wise. He just needs to not get injured. But Williams is still 18, so inconsistency is expected. So I don't see us buying fullbacks. Ole will just have to look for a way to improve on their weaknesses. But for now, we have to deal with the dilemma that our fullbacks are not good enough. Number 4, we lacked squad depth. The game against West Ham highlighted how bare in terms of quality this Manchester United squad is. We do have players on the bench, right? There's Jesse Lingard, there's Andreas Pereira, there's Juan Mata, there's Igalo, Fred, and so on. But in terms of quality, there is simply not quality players on the bench. Bruno Fernandes cannot play every game in and out. He cannot play the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Champions League. When we do qualify for it, it will definitely burn out. So this game against West Ham has taught us that we lack squad depth. There have been quality players on the bench. Bruno Fernandes should have only played 60 minutes or 40 minutes. Paul Pogba was definitely not in tune with the game. He was just not good enough in that game. Pogba should have been taken off, and probably maybe Fred should have been brought in, but we do not have enough squad depth to challenge for the Premier League and the Champions League. We need better players on the bench. Look at Manchester City's squad, for Christ's sake. Both on the pitch and on the bench. You could see the quality of players on the pitch and on the bench. So Manchester United currently do not have squad depth to challenge for the Premier League, the Champions League, even with the FA Cup. That is why the players were tired. The same set of players played the FA Cup. The same set of players played against West Ham. They were burnt out. And we know Matic burns out. You cannot play Matic game in and game out. He will burn out. So this squad really needs to be improved. This bench needs to be improved. We need to offload fringe players of the likes of Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard, Andreas Pereira, and bring in quality players that can fill that bench. Because at the moment, we go into next season like this, there's a high probability we might probably go trophyless. A very high probability. We need quality backup in key areas of that particular team. Number 5, Martial and Greenwood connection. On a night where Marcus Rashford was having an off day, where he simply could not connect on the final third or connect with his teammates, where every shot of his or every pass of his was simply going stray, it was Martial and Greenwood who came to our rescue. The connection between Martial and Greenwood is something interesting and tantalizing to watch actually. The quick one pass, the quick interplay between them got us the equalizer against West Ham, which I'm very delighted about. That makes it 17 goals for Greenwood this season, which I'm extremely glad about. Greenwood is a superstar, Martial is a superstar. I cannot wait for next season as this connection between them continues to bruise and bruise and brew. But at the moment, the Martial and Greenwood connection was our lifesaver against West Ham, and I hope to see more of it in the game against Leicester City. Hopefully Marcus Rashford is able to sync up with them also. But for this season, as this season draws to an end, Greenwood, Martial and Rashford has been an absolute beast for us in that front. What they need now is an efficient backline, whether in the midfield or in the defense, to bring out the best out of these three guys. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.